Greetings. In today's video we will discuss about a book called Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek. After we run through summary and detail by chapter, we will have a look at the key takeaways. And stay with me till the end of video for bonus fun facts. Leaders Eat Last is a book written by Simon Sinek, a leadership expert and motivational speaker. The book explores the concept of leadership in the modern world, and how leaders can create a culture of trust and cooperation within their organizations. The central thesis of the book is that great leaders prioritize the well-being of their teams, and create a safe and supportive work environment in which everyone can thrive. Sinek argues that this type of leadership is based on the biology of human behavior, and that leaders who understand these principles are more likely to be successful in the long run. The book is divided into several sections, each of which explores a different aspect of leadership. In the first section, Sinek discusses the biology of leadership and how it affects our behavior. He argues that humans are hardwired to cooperate and work together, and that effective leaders tap into this natural tendency in order to build strong and successful organizations. In the second section, Sinek talks about the importance of building trust and loyalty within an organization. He emphasizes the need for leaders to create a sense of belonging and purpose among their teams, and to prioritize the well-being of their employees above all else. In the third section, Sinek discusses the role of leadership in shaping the culture of an organization. He argues that leaders who create a culture of trust and cooperation are more likely to be successful in the long run, and that this type of culture is essential for achieving lasting success. Throughout the book, Sinek uses real-world examples and case studies to illustrate his points, and provides practical advice for leaders who want to create a more supportive and effective work environment. Overall, Leaders Eat Last is an insightful and inspiring book that provides valuable insights for anyone who wants to become a more effective leader. Now, here is a more detailed explanation of each chapter in Leaders Eat Last. Chapter 1. Our Need to Feel Safe. In this chapter, Sinek introduces the central concept of the book, that effective leaders prioritize the well-being of their teams by creating a safe and supportive work environment. He discusses the biology of human behavior, and how our brains are wired to respond to threats in the environment. Sinek argues that great leaders create a sense of safety and security within their organizations, which allows their employees to be more creative, innovative, and productive. Chapter 2. The Circle of Safety. In this chapter, Sinek introduces the concept of the circle of safety, a metaphor for the safe and supportive work environment that great leaders create. He discusses the importance of building trust and loyalty within an organization, and emphasizes the need for leaders to prioritize the well-being of their employees above all else. Chapter 3. The Golden Circle. In this chapter, Sinek discusses the importance of purpose in leadership. He introduces the Golden Circle, a model for effective leadership that emphasizes the importance of starting with the why, before moving on to the how and what. Sinek argues that great leaders inspire their teams by articulating a clear and compelling vision for the future. Chapter 4. Trusting Teams. In this chapter, Sinek discusses the importance of trust in building effective teams. He argues that trust is the foundation of any successful organization, and that leaders who create a culture of trust and cooperation are more likely to be successful in the long run. Chapter 5. The Courage to Do the Right Thing. In this chapter, Sinek discusses the importance of ethical leadership. He argues that great leaders have the courage to do the right thing, even when it is difficult or unpopular. Sinek emphasizes the importance of leading by example, and of being willing to take responsibility for one's actions. Chapter 6. Sharing Success. In this chapter, Sinek discusses the importance of sharing success with one's team. He argues that effective leaders celebrate the accomplishments of their employees, and that this type of recognition is essential for building morale and motivation within an organization. Chapter 7. Vulnerable Leaders. In this chapter, Sinek discusses the importance of vulnerability in leadership. He argues that great leaders are willing to admit their mistakes and to ask for help when they need it. Sinek emphasizes the need for leaders to be authentic and transparent with their teams. Chapter 8. The Importance of Culture. In this chapter, Sinek discusses the role of culture in shaping the success of an organization. He argues that leaders who create a culture of trust and cooperation are more likely to be successful in the long run, and that this type of culture is essential for achieving lasting success. Chapter 9. Leadership is a Choice. In this chapter, Sinek summarizes the key lessons of the book and provides practical advice for leaders who want to create a more supportive and effective work environment. He emphasizes the importance of leadership as a choice, and of the responsibility that comes with being a leader. Sinek encourages leaders to prioritize the well-being of their employees and to create a culture of trust and cooperation within their organizations. Chapter 10. The Leaders Eat Last Ethos. In this chapter, Sinek explores the concept of the Leaders Eat Last ethos. He argues that great leaders are willing to put the needs of their team above their own, and that this type of selfless leadership is essential for building strong and successful organizations. Sinek provides examples of leaders who embody this ethos, and encourages readers to adopt this mindset in their own leadership roles. Chapter 11. A Seat at the Table. In this chapter, Sinek discusses the importance of diversity and inclusion in leadership. He argues that effective leaders are able to build diverse teams that reflect the communities they serve, and that this type of inclusive leadership is essential for creating a culture of trust and cooperation within an organization. Chapter 12. The Courage to Lead. In this chapter, Sinek discusses the importance of courage in leadership. He argues that great leaders are willing to take risks and to stand up for what they believe in, even in the face of opposition. Sinek encourages readers to develop their own sense of courage and to use it to create positive change in the world. Chapter 13. Servant Leadership. In this chapter, Sinek explores the concept of servant leadership, a type of leadership that prioritizes the needs of others above one's own. He provides examples of leaders who embody this ethos, and argues that this type of selfless leadership is essential for building strong and successful organizations. Chapter 14. Finding Your Tribe. In this chapter, Sinek discusses the importance of finding one's tribe, a group of people who share one's values and beliefs. He argues that great leaders are able to build strong relationships with their teams by creating a sense of belonging and purpose. Sinek encourages readers to find their own tribe and to use it to support their leadership journey. Chapter 15. Conclusion. In this final chapter, Sinek summarizes the key lessons of the book and provides practical advice for readers who want to become more effective leaders. He emphasizes the importance of prioritizing the well-being of one's team and of creating a culture of trust and cooperation within an organization. Sinek encourages readers to adopt the Leaders Eat Last ethos and to use their leadership skills to create positive change in the world. Here are some key takeaways from Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek. 1. Prioritize the well-being of your team. Great leaders prioritize the needs of their team members and create a culture of trust and cooperation within the organization. 2. Build strong relationships. Effective leaders build strong relationships with their teams by creating a sense of belonging and purpose. 3. Create a safe environment. A safe environment is essential for building trust and cooperation within an organization. 4. Lead with empathy. Great leaders lead with empathy, understanding the needs and feelings of their team members. 5. Focus on the long term. Effective leaders focus on long-term goals, rather than short-term gains. 6. Foster a culture of innovation. Leaders who foster a culture of innovation encourage creativity and allow their team members to experiment and take risks. 7. Embrace diversity and inclusion. Inclusive leadership is essential for creating a culture of trust and cooperation within an organization. 8. Develop a sense of purpose. Leaders who develop a sense of purpose for themselves and their team members are more likely to be successful. 9. Serve others. Servant leadership, which prioritizes the needs of others above one's own, is a powerful approach to leadership. 10. Practice courage. Great leaders are willing to take risks and stand up for what they believe in, even in the face of opposition. Overall, Leaders Eat Last emphasizes the importance of building strong relationships, prioritizing the well-being of one's team members, and creating a culture of trust and cooperation within an organization. By following these principles, leaders can create a more fulfilling and successful workplace for themselves and their team members. Bonus. Here are some fun facts about the book, Leaders Eat Last, and its author Simon Sinek. Sinek's TED Talk on the Golden Circle, which he discusses in the book, is one of the most popular TED Talks of all time, with over 50 million views. Sinek is a former advertising executive who became interested in leadership after observing the success of great leaders in his field. The title of the book, Leaders Eat Last, is inspired by a Marine Corps principle that emphasizes the importance of leaders putting their team members' needs before their own. Sinek is also the author of Start With Why, another popular book on leadership and motivation. Sinek is a passionate advocate for social and environmental causes, and he often incorporates these issues into his writing and speaking. The book features examples and anecdotes from a wide range of industries and fields, including the military, business, education, and sports. Sinek is known for his engaging and dynamic speaking style, and he has given talks and workshops on leadership and motivation all around the world. The book has been translated into multiple languages, including Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, and Korean. Sinek has been recognized as a leading thinker on leadership and motivation, and he has been featured in numerous media outlets, including the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, and The Guardian. Sinek is also the founder of Sinek Partners, a consulting firm that helps organizations build more effective and fulfilling workplace cultures. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you find it useful to develop better you better me. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to check my other videos.